Imagine spawning into your brand new world and going into a nearby mine and seeing this. Or maybe you've been looking for an end portal and you found it already filled with all 12 Eyes of Ender. Well, the chances of that happening to you are quite low, so let's go over some of the most rare things that can happen to you in your Minecraft gameplay, with the last one being probably the rarest in the whole game. Axolotls aren't the most common mob in the game, with them only spawning in lush cave biomes. But there is one variant which is even more rare than all the other ones, and that's the blue axolotl. The thing that makes this one color variant so much harder to get is that it cannot be obtained naturally by finding it, and the only way to get it is through breeding them using tropical fish. And if it wasn't already hard enough to get 2 axolotls in one place, and the needed food to breed them, the chances of getting a blue one from it are only 1 in 1,200. Most people know that when you throw an egg, there's a 1 in 8 chance that a baby chicken might hatch out of it. But did you know that if you're extremely lucky, there's a 1 in 256 chance that instead of 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 baby chickens will spawn? I'm not sure if that's how eggs are supposed to work, but let me know. With the knowledge that you have a 1 in 8 chance of getting a baby chicken hatched out of an egg, how rare would it be to hatch just 1 baby chicken from 16 eggs in a row? And this number is so huge that you'll probably never do this, because it's 1 in 200 trillion. While this might seem big, wait for the last one, which will make even this one seem possible to do. Let's slow down a little with the numbers for a bit. As you might know, sheep are a common mob found across the overworld in Minecraft, with there being the white sheep, with a bit less than 82% chance of spawning, the light grey, grey and black sheep, with each variant having a 5% chance or a collective 15, the brown one being a bit rarer with a 3% chance of spawning, and of course the rarest of them all, the pink one with only a 0.164% chance of spawning. But if that's not rare enough for you, then try to find its baby variant, which only has a 0.0082% chance of spawning in your world. Normal coal is probably one of the most common ores out there, but what about its deep slate variant? Well, it's actually so much more rare that it's even harder to find than diamonds or ancient debris. That's because coal generates at Y level 0 and above, with only a small amount spawning at the bottom, and deep slate starting to form at Y level 8 and below, so only a small amount of coal will be in its deep slate variant, making it much harder to find. But there is just one ore which is even rarer, and that's Deep Slate Emerald. This block is so rare to locate that it has actually taken the spot of the hardest ore to find. That's because emeralds spawn more frequently the higher you go, and as we know, Deep Slate generates below Y level 8. And you also have to find a mountain biome, because emeralds don't spawn anywhere else about from it, making you have to be at the edge of Deep Slate in a mountain biome searching for an emerald ore, which mostly generates in a vein of 1 with stupidly low chances. There are 4 variants of horse armor, the leather one, which is craftable, and then the iron, gold, and diamond one, which can only be found in loot chests. These items can be found in places like dungeons, nether fortresses, bastions, and even ancient cities, with the chances ranging from 29% in nether fortresses for gold horse armor, 21% for an iron one in dungeons, and around 16% for a diamond one in ancient cities. But how rare would it be to find all 3 of them in just one chest? And it would actually be a 1 in 1.9 million chance of getting all of them at the same time. You might know that an end portal can generate with Eyes of Ender already in it, but the chances of an Eye of Ender spawning gets way lower with each eye already there. When an end portal frame is being generated into your world, there's a 10% chance it's gonna already contain an Eye of Ender. So for example, the chances for 1 Eye of Ender being on the portal are 72%. For 2 eyes it's gonna be around 34%, for 3 11%. If we go even higher, so 4 eyes, it will be 3%, and for 5 it's gonna be 0.4%. Well, this isn't anything crazy compared to things like the blue axolotl or the baby pink sheep. However, what are the odds of a whole end portal being filled upon spawning into your world? And it would actually be a staggering 1 in a trillion. The next rare occurrence is cacti, but not this one. In Minecraft, the cactus can be a few potential different heights, with most people thinking that the maximum is 3 blocks tall. But that's just not the case. Cactus generation is actually random, and they can somehow stack on top of one another, which in some rare instances can generate cacti which are 6 or more blocks tall. But we can actually do better than that. Cacti that stack to be 4 or more blocks can also generate on top of other cacti. And the reason that's happening is because when a cacti is on the edge of a chunk, other cacti can cross the chunk border to generate on top of the first one. A group of people went out on a mission to find the tallest cacti, and the biggest one they found was a 23 block tall one, for which they had to look through trillions of worlds to even find. Remember this weird formation of pig spawners at the start of the video? You might have not known, but it's actually one of the most rare things to occur in Minecraft. But how could that even spawn in the first place? Well, the reason that this can generate naturally is because of a bug in Minecraft's world generation. When a world is being made, it will normally just generate a mineshaft. However, in this rare case, a buried treasure was also placed where the mineshaft was. But the reason this is so unimaginably rare is because the chest generated on a Badlands biome spider spawner. And since the spawner can't just disappear, the game tries to generate it into a different block, but instead ends up generating 5 pig spawners. The reason they aren't any other spawner is because when a block is destroyed, the game doesn't remember what kind of spawner it was, so it reverts it to the default, which is a pig spawner. Because of the formation needed for this to happen, of the blocks, the mineshaft itself, and the biome, the chances of this happening are somewhere in the trillions or even the quadrillions. Imagine this, you load into a world in Minecraft, but then proceed to leave because the spawn is boring, or you just don't like the seed. But then let's say you make another world, and you get a very familiar spawn, so you go back to the first one created, and realize you got the exact same seed twice. You might at first think this is some kind of game glitch, or maybe you just got a bit lucky, but this isn't a little bit lucky, this is absurdly rare. That's because Minecraft generation is so complex that taking into account how many Minecraft seeds could have spawned, this is the most luck a human could experience in their whole life. The reason this is almost impossible is because there are around 18 quadrillion possible seed combinations in Minecraft, making the odds of this happening 1 in 18 quadrillion. You might be wondering, what could be rarer than the things I mentioned before, like getting the same seed twice, or a 23 block tall cacti? Well, something so absurd that probably no one ever has found it naturally. And the rarest thing is a baby villager zombie chicken jockey leader with an iron sword and diamond armor that are enchanted to the rarest that such a mob can have. The rarity for this mob takes into account the rarest possible time and settings for this mob to spawn, for example spawning in normal difficulty and on a slime chunk, and other little things like that to make the chances of this mob spawning dwindle down even lower. So what are the actual chances of this mob spawning? And it is so low that I won't even say it, and I'll just put it on screen. And that's the rarest thing possible in Minecraft. If you enjoyed the video, then consider subscribing, liking, and maybe even checking some of my other videos. Also tell me what surprised you the most in this video, and see you in the next one.